So for you, Salome, so there's a lot of physical abuse as well. And at some point, you also told me that you also had issues with a mother-in-law as well. What happened? Very briefly. What happened with the mother-in-law? Was it, did you try to probably report and they were like, are you my son? What exactly happened?
Okay, that is, I would say that is common in those areas because women tend to think you know the right girl for the son.
For the son.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll always think there could be another better girl than you. So it's not that she hates me or something, but she'll always find mistakes whenever you do something. You're doing things this because you're not the right person for this son of mine. You're doing this because she'll have so many issues to attack you and make you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, if the man loves you, he'll always protect you.
Absolutely.
So for him, he was just good on that. He could protect me. But my issues with him
Okay.
were different
So
story.
from outside, people would think this man really loves this lady, protects her at
Oh,
all costs.
yes.
But in the house
In
is
the
when
house.
there was chaos.
Okay, even in the house, he'll play good
Yeah.
until he takes something. Let him
Influence.
come back home. Things will be different, and he'll do everything. But again, it's something you'd never understand, because you'll find that he's such a nice person. He'll reason with you. He'll do everything with you, and even my parents would say, "Chunga sana, usikue ni uko na makosa."
Yeah.
So to my parents, he was just
They
a
were
good
really
son-in-law.
good.
Right? So when you're together, I would ask him, "Kwani, why do you pretend?" And he would tell me, "Do I pretend? Oh, please, no. You know I love you, don't you?
Yeah.
And I do everything for you, true. But when you drink, you'll come, maybe beat me, abuse me, and insult and do all kinds of things. And tomorrow, you apologize. You say, 'I'll not repeat this, babe. I'm sorry. I'll change.'
Yeah.
And I'll wait for that change."
How long did this go on for?
Okay, it started when I was in the 7th year of marriage. The first 6 years were
Were very
heaven on
good.
earth.
Yeah.
Everything was good. But the 7th year, that is when everything started going the wrong way, and I kept my hope that he'll change.
Change, yeah.
The change that came very late, if it ever did. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Whew. Okay, Julie, I'd want you to respond to that. And I know you mentioned this a little bit as far as manipulation is concerned, where they would manipulate you, manipulate the people around you just to think that, no, but he's really, really good. But in real sense, they're just toxic, right? Before you answer that, Jeff, so going through your relationship, all manner of expectations and again, making you feel that you're not man enough, putting you down and all those things. How did that impact you? And how long did that go on for?
That's interesting because, first of all, I think of course, it affects you silently, but for me, it really didn't affect me much. And that actually made us kind of fight more, have a pull and push more, because the expectation that were being brought on me and comparing me with other men wasn't really working well, because I already came into this relationship with a certain perception about women and what they are capable of
doing. Okay.
Because one, I was raised by an aunt after my folks passed on, who was able to do everything that this lady was telling me that I need to do for her.
Oh, wow.
I'd
She's
already
more
witnessed
independent.
that a woman can be able to do those
things
things
on her own.
Okay?
Yeah.
And there I have a woman who is expecting all
You to
lots
do
of
all
things,
those things.
from me. So, yes, silently, maybe it would make me sometimes, when I sit with myself, question and maybe like, is she making sense really? But again, I'll be like, no, I've witnessed over 20 years of a
Something
woman being
different
able to do these
things.
Surely it can't be right.
It can't make sense,
And apart from just my witness, I've already witnessed other ladies who are also doing it, So it can't be that I have to be fixed in a particular box for me to be able to feel that I can fit in. Okay, so in that sense, I think that helped me.
Yeah.
But if I was raised in a different type of environment, probably I would have really been affected. You know,
Yeah.
I would have really felt like, I mean, it is true that other men are driving car.
Yeah.
It is true that other men are having big jobs. It is true that they're doing this, but me, I'm not being able to do them.
Yeah.
You know, and society also expects me to do them.
To do them, yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
so that really helped me, and I was able to come out of that
Of
relationship,
that relationship.
safe.
Okay.
Well, other things that I felt like also were happening that went on for a long time was the silent, of course, the silent treatment.
Yeah.
That somebody wants you to do this, and if you don't do it, they keep quiet. They don't voice it. I'm a person who believes in, you know, we need to sit
Let's
down
talk.
and iron
Let's
it
address
out as
issues.
adults. You know, so I don't like a situation where there's something that is expected of me, but somebody
But
does
it's
not
not
communicate
voiced.
it. Instead, they go silent, and you are wondering, what did I do wrong?
Magically expect you
Yes,
to...
it could be. It could
No.
be in terms of something that expected you to do, or somewhere that you went together, and maybe you even don't know what you did wrong. You know,
Yeah.
and then you are coming back home and somebody's just moody.
Yeah.
Somebody, you're wondering, is it biologically the biological time for people to be moody or what? So you are kept on a seesaw.
pedestal,
You know, the
yeah.
emotions are quite unstable.
Yeah.
I think that is one of the best description about it. The emotions are unstable.
Yeah.
And then there's this thing about, you know, what women go through biologically that also is used a lot to abuse men. You know, so that this woman all the times, of course, sometimes it can be unpredictable. The moods can be unpredictable, but you find that this is such as overstretched kind of mood swings, you know, and that is what is being used that, you know what, it is that way. Or if somebody is expecting, you know, that is also another time that also men go through a lot of emotional abuse. That, you know what, when you try to say, this is unreasonable, really,
Yeah.
you're told, you know, the baby wants this. You know, this is just
Mtoto
how I
anataka.
am. Or you can't see that I'm expecting, so that
Yeah.
you be able to do this and do this and do this for me, you know.
Yeah.
So you should be able, you need a high level of mental strength to be able to rise above that.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Hey, Julia. Okay, right. And you also mentioned earlier on, I think what we're hearing from all this, there's a case of manipulation, you know? They pretend to be really, really good people. And from outside, people will think, you have the best husband, you have the best wife, like what's going on, you know? Hata mwingine atakwambia, we kauntaki basi we mwache mimi nitamchukua. We've had a lot of people say that. So then how do you deal with such a person who's very manipulative, very toxic, and you find yourself in a position where you can't just leave, you can't just wake up and go, right? How then do you cope with that?
Before I answer that one, there's a lady, I don't know whether it was a lady or a man who asked that he has already known that she's toxic.
Yes.
Where does she start? That's a very good thing.
Yeah.
That you've already realized you have a
Identified that you're
problem,
toxic,
that you
yeah.
are sick. I would say this, let that person go for counseling. And when you go for this counseling, it's not something that you are going just to sit down and explain and you're given some options to do. It's a process. You need to go back because you've really come a long way for you to become toxic.
Yeah.
So let the person who is taking you through the counseling take you back to where you are coming from as a journey and look at the traumas that you have gone through and ask yourself, when I went through this, how did it make me feel? How did I start judging people based on what I went through? Because that's how you change. You go through something, then that issue makes you start making judgments based on what you have gone through. That's why you hear, like, if a man has gone through issues with women, you'll hear men saying, I can't trust any woman.
Yeah, like
You see?
Vincent.
Like you
Is it Vincent who
generalize
called?
everything.
Yeah.
Because you have gone through it.